Up next on Lion TV, we have a story on the winter storm blowing through Arkansas.
And me, Kat Berman with this week's Line of the Week. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Cersei, and welcome back to Lion TV. I'm David Hodges.
And I'm Brooklyn Shaver. Let's get right into the student announcements.
2026 UAMS Pharmacy Summer Camp is designed for high school juniors and seniors interested in opportunities in the pharmacy profession. Cost is $150 and covers lab materials, activity supplies, meals, and a camp t-shirt. No housing is available. Camp is June 1st through 3rd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and is being held at UAMS College of Pharmacy on the Little Rock campus. For more information, contact Willie Hicks, Director of Recruitment at wfhicks@uams.edu.
Key Club monthly service project is as follows. Donations for local women's shelters can be brought to Ms. Crystal's room 115 by January 27th. Items may include deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, and lotion. For the Kiwanis meetings, sign up with Ms. Chrysler to attend bi-monthly meetings. You must submit a travel release and you must pick up a meeting documentation form prior to the meeting and return the completed form to Ms. Chrysler after the meeting. Approved students may be notified by email.
Seniors, be sure and check your Schoology for open scholarships.
Upon turning 16 years of age, students are required to receive a second meningitis vaccine.
Our local choir has a Christmas concert which can be a reflection of time well spent rehearsing tunes and notes for the ears of the public.
The choir students spent a long time working on their recent Christmas concert to make it sound as amazing as it can. We talked to two of the standout choir kids from the concert to see their thoughts on the concert.
Well, the music, it took about 2 months, and then we had to figure out all the standing arrangements and where we walked from, so like 2 weeks for all that, 2 or 3 weeks for all the standing arrangements, just as it is.
The choir kids sing really well because they spend days practicing for their concert. They sure are proud of how they did and how they sounded during the concert.
I think I did pretty well. We discussed a lot of the stuff beforehand. We went through the concert about like 5 times before the concert actually happened.
I think I did okay as an individual, but as a group, I think we did better.
The Christmas theme songs sound good because they worked hard designing the songs so we would enjoy them. The choir kids also love performing their new Christmas theme song.
My favorite song that we sang was probably our a cappella song, That's Christmas to Me, that we sang with the boys.
My favorite part of the concert was the ending song with all the songs mashed together. It was pretty fun to learn.
The Christmas theme props look great, and the choir kids took a long time setting up all the props to make the Christmas themed concert look more like Christmas.
I did enjoy the concert. It was very fun to set up, and then the ending results sounded really pretty because usually we only practice in classes, and that was like one of the first times I got to hear all of them put together.
You should definitely go to their next concert. I hope it's even better than this one. Now back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Aiden. That was a great performance.
I'll be sure to check out the spring concert as well. Multiple warming centers are opening up as Central Arkansas descends into Arctic temperatures this weekend. Conway has multiple warming centers open until further notice, including at the Dawn Owens Sports Center and the McGee Center. Both warming centers are open from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m., with the check-in beginning at 7 p.m. to stay overnight. No pets are allowed.
Democrats had planned the campaign in the midterm elections on affordability and health care, two issues where Americans are particularly unhappy with President Donald Trump. The aggressive immigration crackdown in Minnesota, including the death of Renee Good during a confrontation with federal agents, has scrambled the party's playbook. Some Democrats want to abolish immigration and customs enforcement, a proposal that echoes defund the police rhetoric from Trump's first term, and impeach administration officials such as Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
President Donald Trump insisted he wants to get Greenland, including right, title, and ownership. But he said that he wouldn't employ force to achieve that, using his speech Wednesday at the World Economic Forum to repeatedly deride European allies and vow that NATO should not stand in the way of U.S. expansionism. Trump also said that the U.S. is booming, but Europe is not heading in the right direction. His ambitions to wrest control of Greenland from NATO ally Denmark threaten to tear apart relations with many of Washington's closest allies. This enormous unsecured island that is actually a part of North America, Trump said, that is our territory.
I heard we're getting up to 24 inches of snow this weekend.
Well, let's send it over to Abigail Ray with the weather for next week.
Good morning, Cersei. I'm Abigail Ray, and let's get straight into these weather updates. For today, it'll be clear skies with 44 degrees, rain 0%, wind south-southeast 5 miles per hour, humidity 30%, and sunrise at 7:13 a.m. For tonight, it'll be clear skies with 32 degrees, winds south 4 miles per hour, humidity 67%, and sunset at 7:24 p.m. And for our almanac today, last 7-day average is high with 70 degrees and our low 15 degrees. Monthly average of precipitation 3.5 inches and month to date 0.96 inches. And for Wednesday, it'll be rainy with a high of 53 degrees and a low 27 degrees with a 86% chance of rain. On Thursday, partly cloudy, 51 degrees with a low of 30 degrees and 3% chance of rain. For Friday, it will be cloudy with 36 degrees with a low of 8 degrees, 24% chance of rain. For Saturday, it'll be snowy with a high of 15 and a low of 9 degrees with a 91% chance of snow. And for Sunday, it'll be a high of 31 degrees with a low of 10 degrees and a 48% chance of snow. It's going to be chilly this weekend, Cersei. Be sure to get your jackets.
All this weather talk is making me hungry. What's for lunch today, Brooklyn?
Today for lunch, we'll be having home-style meatloaf, classic cheese pizza, chicken and chili crispito, seasoned beef taco meat, classic American cheeseburger, fresh whole fruit, and milk.
That sounds amazing. Make sure to thank our lunch ladies for all the work they've been putting into feeding us.
I heard the wrestling team is doing well.
Let's send it over to Kat Bremen with our Lion of the Week.
Welcome back to a new episode of Lion of the Week, and today we have a very special guest here today, Ben O'Connell, who will be telling us about wrestling. So Ben, tell me a little bit about yourself and your experience with wrestling.
So I started wrestling in the summer before 9th grade, and I've been doing it ever since. When I started, Grant Lawson was the team captain, and he really got me interested, and he kept me he made friends with me even though I was a freshman, and then I made other friends, and I just stuck with it. And yeah, we had a good year. We had a few injuries, so it's not going to be our best year, but we did pretty good.
What made you enjoy wrestling?
So my dad wrestled when he was in school, so he wanted me to try it. So I told him I would do a year for sure, and then I liked it and stuck with it.
What were your first impressions?
The first day I walked in, and the seniors were doing the warm-up, and they would roll backwards and then fly through the air and land on their feet. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Okay, and are there any requirements to join wrestling, or can anybody join?
Anyone can join. You have to pass the tryouts, but usually if you stay, even if you can throw up and you can still pass if you just stick with it.
What do you consider your biggest weakness, and how are you working to improve it?
My biggest weakness would probably be that I'm sometimes I overthink what I'm gonna do, so then I just hesitate and pause, and that really gives up a lot of chances I would have to make an attack or set up a better position.
And finally, what do you think about your fellow coaches and teammates?
Well, my coaches are awesome. Coach Evans has been there since the program started, and then Miss Megan's been helping out. She runs basically the entire team. And then Coach Brooker and Coach Pitt, they're kind of newer, but they figured out the sport. And Coach Pitt wrestles with us because he was a lion wrestler when he was in high school, and he's done jiu-jitsu stuff, so he's really good, and he's made us a lot better. And my teammates, I couldn't be where I am without my teammates. They've really pushed me.
Well, thank you, Ben. Well, Cersei, that's all the time left in this week's Line of the Week. I'm Kat Bremerstein, and back to the anchors of the news desk.
We're looking forward for Ben O'Connell to make it into state this February.
I'll be sure to show up to his matches. Well, that's all we have time for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Brooklyn Shaver.
And I'm David Hodges. See you next week, Cersei.